Dynamite! How's it going, all you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loom train. It's me, JJD, JJ the Illuminator here, the sweet one. Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames, but we won't get into that right now. I wanted to talk today about something called a Dyson sphere. Now, if you are a science fiction fan, you might have heard of this. A Dyson sphere was popularized in the 1960s by a man that it's named after, Freeman Dyson. He's not the one that originated it, but he's the one that's mostly associated with it. A Dyson sphere is a theoretical hollow sphere. Basically, it's a sphere. A sphere is like a hollow ball that can be theoretically, now here's the theoretical part, theoretically constructed around a star, which is a sun, where the interior of the sphere would be able to have people living on it. Picture a sphere so big that it can encompass the whole sun, but then all the inside, like we live on a sphere, the Earth is a sphere, we live on the surface of a sphere, planet Earth. Imagine living on the inside surface of the sphere. Basically, a sphere big enough to encompass a sun would have an infinite amount of energy because the energy would always be inside. Not to mention the amount of people that could live on the inside of this sphere is probably anywhere in the neighborhood of... Now this is where it gets theoretical. Of course, it's all theoretical. Here's where it gets even crazier. You can have, theoretically, depending on how big this is, the equivalent of enough room for millions of the amount of space that millions of planets would have. I know it sounds like, oh my goodness. Imagine a world that had enough land mass on there that could hold millions of times what ours hold. Millions of times. Picture what the Earth has times 200 million or something. That's how much space would be on the inside. Now granted, number one, how could this ever be built? Because the amount of metal that it would take, or whatever that it would take to build something. Just imagine trying to build a planet as big as our planet. A hollow planet out of metal. How much metal you would need just to be the size of our planet, let alone, to fit a star. It's just something I started thinking about last night, and I said, how in the world could this even be theoretical? I know, theory. Theory doesn't mean it's going to happen, but a theoretical hollow sphere around a star that you can live on the inside and have the equivalent of millions of planets worth of space on the inside of this. I'm not talking about millions of planets inside of the sphere. I'm talking about the inside circumference of the sphere. If you lived on the inside part of the sphere, actually were able to walk on it, there'd be enough land there for like millions of Earths worth of land. It just blew my mind. Have you ever heard of this Dyson sphere type of thing? I don't ever seeing this being able to happen because of the amount of resources it would take. But oh my goodness, it just blew my mind. What are your thoughts? Put your comments below. I'm off to the races. I love you all. Take care. Stay safe. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.
Vizzini, you nearly tripped that man.
In fall? Inconceivable!